Guys, thank you. What a way to start the day. Two top 10 teams out of the SEC getting a huge day of college basketball started here at Rupp Arena. Number 4, Alabama, and number 8, Kentucky. You are watching the SEC on ESPN. If you're at Rupp Arena, Big Blue Nation is fired up for this one, and so are we. It'll be the Crimson Tide with the first possession of the afternoon.
Lamont Butler guarding Mark Sears. That's a huge matchup in this game.
And right over the top for a lob, and what a way to start as Clifford Amore slams it home.
Well, Mark Sears just set a little back screen because Butler has to hug up on him. He doesn't want him getting a screen. That put him right out of the play, and
they only scored 64 points. Their lowest total of the season, lost by 10 as Otega Oweh.
Good defense by Amore.
Oweh can't drive to the baseline and back out to Williams with 7 on the shot clock. Butler into the paint trying to get a shot off. Will they get it off in time? They do, and Williams hits it. He does feel it is going to improve over time. Here's Nelson. An air ball, a couple of feet over the basket. Oweh in transition. Robinson from the corner. Sears, boy, what a matchup that is. As good as Sears is offensively and as good as Butler is defensively. Nelson's going to try another one and hit it. And that will quiet the crowd. And Mark Pope likes threes just as much as Nate Oates does. He wants his team to shoot 35 a game. Mark Sears now has got the lead.
Mark Sears did not hesitate as soon as he caught it. He's going to take that transition three if he doesn't have a defender in his grill.
Sears ran into a screen from Williams, got knocked down. Oweh no, and Amore clears the glass.
Big time rebound by Cliff Amore.
4 years at Rutgers, rebounder, shot blocker. Nelson the drive and the finish. It's an 8. Williams. Pretty bounce pass into Butler. He'll come out to the elbow and leave it short.
Well, that was a great defensive sequence by Cliff Amore. He guarded the pass, then guarded the cutter, and then got back to put pressure on the shot.
Boy, oh boy, Grant Nelson airballs the first and
I think Nate Oates has been waiting for his team to get on track shooting the ball. He knows they're better shooters than the percentages suggest.
Yeah, as good as they've been, there's another level for this out. Up into the other end to snap an 11-0 Alabama run. Nelson all over the place right now as he is
in a very short period of time of building just an.
What a start to the afternoon for Nelson. He's into Lamont Butler, and it may just be, taking him out to get him a little time on the bench, but he is battling a left shoulder issue. Kentucky fans remember, he got knocked around a lot in their last game, and the left shoulder is still a bit of an issue. Oweh comes off the bench for Alabama. The sophomore from Charlotte is shooting the ball awfully well right now.
Boy, great pressure on the ball there. Kobe Brea was wide open on a back cut, but Garrison couldn't see him because Nelson was pressuring the ball.
Brea doing what Brea does.
The best shooter in the country. Led the nation in three-point percentage last year. Right there again this year.
Yeah, he's down to 5th this year.
Yeah, really struggling.
And shoots it incredibly well here at home this year. Sears. Great cut by Nelson and a great find by Sears.
He gets to the free throw line so often because he's an excellent driver and he's really, really strong.
And Alabama looking like a different group than they did on Tuesday when they lost to Ole Miss. Jackson Robinson
was guarding him, and it's so tough on that action when you're getting that screen, that zoom action. Sears got caught him.
And Alabama more good offense as Chris Youngblood comes off the bench to knocked away, got it back. Boy, Mohamed Diabate making him work very hard, but Brea still gets the bucket.
Well, but the good news for Alabama, they got him off the three-point line, made him take a tough two.
Sears driving on Perry, the lefty with the scoop.
They're going to saw that matchup and immediately put it on the deck. You can't let him go to his left. Left-handed, left-hand finish without using the right hand at all.
Ooh, Brea got tripped inadvertently by Young.
A&M game, which was extraordinarily physical and tough. And oftentimes when they play a team like Houston or Texas A&M, their next game out is way more difficult.
Lamont Butler, by the way, back onto the floor for Kentucky. He found he transfer from Oklahoma, the leading scorer on the season for the Wildcats. Consistent part of this Kentucky team this year.
Well, he has been a second-half player throughout the season, but
and he finds finds a wide open Holloway to three, in and out. And here come the Cats.
And that was a late find.
What a pass. Oweh into Brandon Garrison.
It's up. You want to take a breath? Forget it. They'll be laying it into the other end.
Two teams who play fast. Remember the Florida game here we had a couple of weeks ago, 106-100. This one has a similar feel to it. Oh, what a slam by Amori off the miss.
Such an excellent defender and rebounder. He's also a good finisher.
They have so many weapons, and you could say that about both teams. Both teams have 5 guys in double figures. Here's Ansley Almanor open on the wing, and he knocks down a three. Stevenson. An even deeper one there by Holloway, and it's finally down to Brand.
And the ball's up there. Alabama likes to tap it back. If they can't grab it, they're going to tap it out.
Butler on the drive. The kick. Garrison open. Count it. And Kentucky's back on top. Back to Williams. Can't get a shot off. Now he will, and he got fouled by Amori.
Amori did such a good.
They lately has been led as much by Ian Jackson as R.J. Davis. For Alabama. Stevenson into the paint. Got a height advantage on Oweh, but he gave it up. And then Amori trying to cram it home, and he got fouled. Made them both to tie the game. Terrific matchup. Carr and Nelson. Carr gets the jump hook off, but couldn't hit it. Robinson runs it down on the baseline.
The two Crimson Tide competing for that, Amori and Nelson.
Williams, no. The follow, yes.
Boy, that is length against length. A good second jump capability shown by Amari Williams on that.
Stevenson going at Williams at the other end. Good D by Amari Williams. Nowhere to go for Stevenson. Now Nelson is off to a hot start today. It rattles out, and Williams.
And he was a shooter, so. Yeah.
Brad Pitt plays me.
It's not a bad pick.
Bullseye.
Not bad.
What do you mean not bad? It was excellent.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Man, you gave it your best, but he's at an entirely different level, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and you have to believe all those billiard balls went in.
Absolutely. No TV tricks there. Oweh in transition, stumbled a little, but still got it to go.
Difficult to stop him downhill.
Did Alabama get hot again? They made 4 of their first 5 threes, but 0 for their last 8 since. Holloway into Diabate, surrounded by Wildcats, but up and in with a foul as well.
Boy, little
man down today. Darian Reed, a very talented freshman, a very productive. And it is still Alabama ball. They play on. Holloway with a floater that again won't go. And we have a foul over the back called on. Almanor at the line for Kentucky. A high school coach at Romulus Micharel, the second on Diabate. He's gone to the bench. Maury finds Philon.
Great job by Kentucky guarding that early action out of bounds.
And another slam for Garrison will try a 3. And a foul underneath on Aiden Holloway of Alabama. So a 1-and-1 opportunity for Almanor.
Or anything like that. No sort of aggressive fouls.
As for the board for the tie. Quick possessions, not uncommon at all for both teams. Philon gets a good look from the wing. Tipped up and in, counted, and a foul, and Nelson going to the line.
Boy, this is the Alabama offensive rebounding team that
only a 32% three-point that is 248 in the nation, and they're still scoring almost 90 points per game.
It's scary to think what they'd be shooting if they were making a little bit higher percentage.
Stolen away, Philon behind the back, and a foul on Robinson.
Philon is such a talented player. Really struggled against Ole Miss, but in a better rhythm today.
12 consecutive wins by 10, 27 points per game.
Just got a contract extension. Zoom action wrapping the first screen.
1-point game as Alabama's battled their way right back into it. Butler body seeking on the drive, cleared out some space, and Williams playing
at both ends of the floor
with very few whistles.
because the officials are still trying to breathe.
Nelson will head to the free throw line.
Play at this pace for 40 minutes, maybe longer.
On ESPN2, Florida hosts Texas, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State. Every single game. It's
Screen for the screener action. Well read by Kentucky.
Nelson. Boy, that's a strong move. Bangin' Williams. Nelson has 19 first-half points with this matchup. And Holloway got that arm in there underneath Williams, and Williams to the line is Kentucky. Oops. Yeah, that's going to cost him. Diabate in early.
Now, some people differ. Then they took away your opportunity to get a 3 off that rebound.
And had a second crack at it, missed the front end again. And finally a 3. It is Sears in the corner, the first one in a long time for Alabama as they extend the lead to 4.
That was a great screen by Jaron Stevenson to open up the corner for Sears. He doesn't get many open shots because of that, but that was a fabulous screen.
Williams a miss and a tip that won't go, and Alabama in transition at the other end, but called for the foul. It looks like it's,
rebounding, you have to allow some physicality. And Alabama's got terrific personnel. The way they play, they are difficult to play against. The game is just as entertaining.
Stevenson. Now Phylon inside 10 on the shot clock. Sears drives it, kicks it. Phylon hits it. Great offense from the Crimson Tide.
That zone, and then they can kick it out.
Final minute of an action-packed first half. Alabama now up by 6. Garrison makes it a 4-point game.
Had to switch off. Sears was on Garrison.
They can get the type of shot they want.
A great job by Lamont Butler guarding Sears.
Nelson, a huge first half. And out of bounds, still Stevenson will inbound for Alabama. Or will try to. Crowd wanted a 5-second call. Sears somehow gets to the baseline, but it is a shot clock violation, and Kentucky will get the ball.
A really good defense. And that one
carry the broadcast here.
Take a break.
Ray to Butler. And a foul. Good for the Cats, bad for the guy. 5th-year player having his best
TV.
That's true.
Everybody can see what's happening.
In a 2-point game, 1.9 to go. Good if it goes. It does not, and a fun, high-scoring first half comes to a close.
7 points, but they have to continue to go to the offensive glass, and Lamont Butler has done an outstanding job on Mark Sears.
And one thing to keep an eye on, Andrew Carr of Kentucky has 3 fouls as the second half gets underway, and he has often been on Grant Nelson today. We'll see if Nelson tries to exploit that matchup. If Alabama tries to get Carr to pick up number 4. And good work down low by Jaron Stevenson to make it.
He was challenged by his coach Nate Oates in 2 straight games. He was the Hard Hat Award winner in those games. This is a blue-collar team, even though they put up a ton of shots.
And Lamont Butler now out with a leg injury. Kentucky continues to be without Kurt Kriisa, the Wildcats' backup point guard. He is out, broke a bone in his foot, and he is out for several more weeks. Ower gives Kentucky the lead. Kentucky games in which the Wildcats have played this season, as consistent of players they've had. Sears, that is knocked away by Butler. Butler just reached up, though, for that left. He is not 100%, but you know the effort's going to be 100%.
Well, Lamont Butler just blows up dribble handoff action. Gets right in between the cutter and the passer.
Nelson driving on Carr, and Carr playing with 3, takes it away, and then finds Owe. Matchup against Stevenson. Sears, averaging 18.5 per game, swings it back out. Phylon hits the 3.
Mark Sears up at the bucket. He finds people late. just great vision and court mapping, understanding where everybody is.
Butler using the screen, bumped into from behind by Sears, finds Carr for the layup. The bench for Williams.
Kentucky playing 5 out.
Butler cradles it, draws a crowd, extra kick to Owe. Nice little feed inside to Garrison. Out to willingly share the basketball. Stevenson almost had it ripped away by Butler. Now Sears up and in.
That's the Brunson quality of ground. Let the ball go over your head and then go get it. You can't release early on that play.
Diabate, whoa. Brandon Garrison swatted it.
Going hard to the basket, and Brea just reaches in and then catches a piece of his arm. But I think it was the fact.
A little consternation's not. This is playing a top 15 opponent. It's only the 4th time in program history that has happened. Last time was 1994. Pretty basketball, give it a go. Between the all-time leading scorer in Kentucky high school history, Perry, is back in. Nelson goes behind the back, got his man in the air, and draws the foul. Fancy transfer from North Dakota State. Some big years there. And
this is an Alabama team. They shoot a lot of threes, draw the defense, and then play out of it.
A tie game again.
This 5 out is tough to contain.
Boy, wide open in the corner is Perry. Can't make it.
Anybody that's being guarded by Perry has to look to drive the ball.
Perry made a couple of threes against A&M midweek when he was giving Butler a breather. Sears will knock one down from long. He's back in there. Diabate around the defense for the slam. Sears whips a pass to Holloway, who buries the 3. Big shot for Aiden Holloway.
They're trying to protect the lane, but not at the expense of giving up open threes.
Butler into the paint, left it short. It is still loose, and now Garrison has it.
Alabama has ratcheted up the defense, and their vertical contests at the rim have been excellent.
Brea on the drive, and he will snap the 10-0 drought. Tough to 19 in the first half, 2 so far here in the second half. Trying to back down Owe, and a great defensive stand, but a foul call.
Difficult to do when you're concentrated so much on taking away driving lines. And
Nelson 1 of 2, 8 picking them today. They have not been a great free throw shooting team this season, just under 70%. That is 250th in the nation, but they are 14 for 16 today.
And Alabama's only got 2 team fouls. They can afford to be aggressive.
Brea no. Nelson the rebound. Oh, a steal by Owe. What a play!
Great rebound by Grant Nelson, and then trying to be in a hurry to get the ball down court and attack. Otega Owe just lying for Kentucky.
Owe has a way to win over Duke back in November. Had some huge plays in the Florida game as well. Missed the free throw, so it is still a 5-point game. Phylon into the paint, blocked by Brea. A good trying to go end to end, runs into Amori and thinks better of it. Garrison the handoff. Butler. Garrison the rebound. Brea from the corner. Yes! And it's a 2-point game. Inbound. Butler with a young blood on him now. Butler the drive. Garrison misses the 3. Boy, it is a battle for every rebound. Diabate wins this one. Going all the way, floats it up and tipped in beautifully by Amori. Phylon to bring it into the front court for the tie. Diabate again. It is a defensive foul, but it
have been able to continue.
This should be 2 shots. That was the 10th foul, and now everybody's on the same page. And Diabate's Perry to inbound, looking for Owe. And Owe just so physical and determined, draws a foul. season. Kentucky is the better free throw. Sears, Youngblood, corner three. Textbook Alabama offense on that trip.
And Youngblood has not quite rounded into form. He missed the first several games of the season. Transferred in from South Florida, where he was the American Athletic Conference Player of the Year.
Away from the elbow to bring. Oh, he's putting together a big afternoon, up to 18 right now.
Boy, Kentucky's done a good job of not fouling Mark Sears, but boy, you go under any screen.
It's by Philon, but it's still Kentucky ball. Oway. He'll hit a corner three. I just think too many weapons for Ohio State Buckeyes. Robinson floats it in. Speaking of weapons, both of these teams have.
He just turns the corner, gets right to the rim.
Philon takes a bump from Butler. Nelson up and count it.
Did you see how Nelson took that like a run?
T4 for Nelson. Make it 25, and it
be really smart about Kobe Bryant. Don't let him get an open three if you're Alabama.
Carr posting up on Nelson, and Nelson got called for the foul, and that's going to. And here's Carr, who, after what I was very specific in my line of questioning on the three.
Great challenge by Jaren Stevenson. Just a flyby, just enough pressure to disrupt that shot.
Sears and the slam by Amori. What a find by Mark Sears. And what were we told? They're into analytics. They're into, is it suitalytics? Is that what they were calling it? And how each jacket performs. Robinson on the second opportunity drills it.
Turn basketball.
Yep.
And it is fun to watch.
Butler. Garrison. And it's tied. And at the other end, how about the freshman LeBaron? Tell him what play he wants run. Beautiful handoff. And a foul on Amari Williams. Diabate at in this game with 25. He's sitting.
Pretty soon they each have a
84-81 Alabama. Under 4 to go.
little stagger, wrapped, and then a back screen.
Diabate, nobody to pass it to, so tried to drive it on Williams. They're fortunate to get it back. Nelson back into the game, playing with 4. Finds Philon. Youngblood for 3. Got it!
Boy, what a big play. And a great
tip by Williams won't go, and it belongs to the tie. Youngblood had it blocked by Brea. Sears has it, though, for Alabama. Philon wide open. Yes! And it's all of a sudden a 9-point lead for Alabama.
Give Diabate credit. That's 2 plays in a row. He's kept the ball alive. 2 plays in a row. Those aren't going to show up in.
As always, it starts with Lamont Butler. Butler turns the corner. Nelson helps. Now back to Robinson. Butler trying desperately to get the shot off. He will, and he's fouled.
And whoever got
the bench as Butler completes the 3-point.
Set up full court pressure. 2-2-1.
Philon gets it over. And now into the steady hands of Mark Sears, the All-American. On the shot clock.
Got to get some action going.
Sears moving people around. Gets it back. Puts it up. Short. But he got hit, and it'll be a 3-shot foul.
Well, it was just a little to put pressure on the shot, and then he wound up getting right in the landing spot of Mark Sears.
The Wildcats have enough to mount a comeback, as you said. Better than that today, as Sears makes that. They go to 20 of 24.
Lightly recruited out of high school, went to Ohio, blew up, and then winds up playing for his favorite team.
Robinson around and out. Williams puts it back in. 7-point game.
Williams had inside position. Oftentimes a shot from that distance that Jackson Robinson put out is going to bounce out further. That was a soft rebound.
looking for Sears. Amori. Up with the left. No, and Williams the rebound.
Amori lost a shoe.
Williams. Almanor. No, and Nelson the rebound. Good look in the corner for a good shooter in Anthony Almanor.
Not sure what the officials do here. Well, Amori can't find his shoe.
Yep. And then, and you got to love him for this, he was asking for the...
You know, Dan, I love it when people talk about...
For those who weren't with us off the top of the show, these are is over its season average, which is just under 90 points per game. Butler, nice look. Williams, a slam and a foul. Why? And this time it cost him a point.
And that makes it a two-possession game now. Exactly what Alabama didn't want to happen.
Sears somehow finds Philon. They got numbers, but Philon will bring it back out and run some clock. Mark. 15 to shoot, and now the foul by Owe.
They had against Ole Miss. And you're going to have to respond.
54 points on their home court in that loss on Tuesday. They might hit 100 here today. Butler with a big shot. Wow.
Nice little step back under pressure, knocking it down.
39 seconds to go. Pressure and a foul.
And that's the last place you want to catch it.
And again, credit to Alabama. They continue. And they're keeping Kentucky at arm's length as a result.
Now it's about no threes, no fouls for Alabama. You don't want to give away a layup, but if they're going to get one, don't foul them.
Almanor hits one and a foul. So Nelson has fouled out, and Almanor's got a chance for a 4-point play. Williams of Kentucky.
Watch Williams underneath. He just discards Mark Sears.
Previous plays under review.
So they're going to take a look at that. And that happened after the ball was released. So the shot's going to count. They're looking to see if it was flagrant, and I don't think it was. I just think that's a common foul. There, he's just too good.
And that's 100 now. Misses the second.
Get it to the rim.
Seconds ticking away. Butler gets inside, brings it back out. Puts it up. Nelson the rebound. Gives it to Sears. He is fouled, and with just 8.5 seconds to go. For Nate Oates, this is one behind Wimp Sanderson for the program record.
Just a great, these are two great coaches in this game. But Nate Oates has changed the SEC in a lot of ways at Alabama.
Butler will lay into it, just 3.5 to go. Again, as you said, what a response after the loss to Ole Miss on Tuesday. What a win here on the road in Lexington for the Alabama Crimson Tide. The first road win here at Rupp against a top 10 Kentucky team in a long time. And again, mark your calendars. February 22nd in Tuscaloosa.